familia, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So today, as you guys can see for the title, we are doing our palette bingo review of the Wahala 2 palette. As I promised you guys I would have it this week. So I'm sure you guys have seen quite a bit reviews on this palette. So I'm just going to give you guys my quick overview of it, but have some fun with it and do a palette bingo with it. I will compare it to this. I'm sure you guys have seen comparisons and things, but a lot of you guys like to see my opinion, so I'm going to make this quick and to the point, at least the review. I don't know about the tutorial because that might take a little bit, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. If you're new to my channel, welcome to the familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash of Project Pan. If that is something that interests you, subscribe, join us. And now without further ado, let's get on with this palette bingo. Alrighty folks, so we know that this palette is 30 shadows deep. So it's 30 shadows, it's $38 for this palette. And you're getting a variety of finishes. You guys know, we have heard there are glitters in here, 4 glitters. There are some duo multi-chromes in here. I thought there was only one, but I have found quite a few of them in here that were hidden to the naked eyeball. And then you have your mattes and some satins in here. So we're gonna go ahead and tell you guys the pros and cons of this palette. I've actually been enjoying it, and as you guys can see from the color story, if you don't like blues and greens, do not buy this palette because it is mainly consistent of blues and greens. Hello, it is right there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in 1 through 30 into my random app.
So you guys know, look what decided to join us. This stupid fly that I can't even catch. You kidding me?
Now that I got that nuisance out of the way, let's go ahead. And as you guys know, I always go across, so 1 through 6, blah, 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 blah. So let's start out with our first number, which is number 16. Oh my goodness gracious. So we have 6, 12, 18, so what, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, which is this shade right here called Lust. This is a pretty shade. Starting off real good. Let me take off my guacho so then I can share with you guys the swatches. So here is swatch number 1. That is Venom. All right, let's go with the second number. 25. 25 is a lot. So we have 18, 24, 25. Why do I always end up with a glitter? This is exactly what happened the last time, you guys. Here is that one. That one's called Gobe. Goby or Gobe? I don't know. Let me look at that. Let me go get something to wipe that off. Okay, so our third number, 18. Oh my god. You got to be kidding me. Oh my god. All right, so we have 6, 12, 18, which is the other glitter. This is Colo, which is... Ay, Dios mío, porque siempre me pasa lo mismo. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so there's your other one. It's a pretty color story, but come on. Why am I getting all the glitters? The fourth number 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was gonna say if I got the blue one, I was gonna get mad. This is Venom. Here is Venom. Okay, it'll go nice with Lust. There is Venom. And then last but not least, 26, which I believe is Rage. Let me double check. 6, 12, 18, 24, 25, 26. Yes, which is Rave, which so happens to be one of the shifting shades. So here we go. Actually, what are the chances, you guys, that I end up getting purples and greens? So I'm just going to go ahead and get started and let you guys know about the palette and stuff, you know. First, I'm gonna start off with, I'm gonna start out with Lust and put this on the outer part and bring it into the crease a little bit. As you guys know, this palette is $38. You get, 30 shadows in here. There are mattes, there are shimmers, there's metallic-y, there is glittery shades. You guys know how I feel about the glitters. I purposely did my nails last night, and I used the color 419, which is one of the glitters, on my actual nails. So you guys can see it's on my ring finger. So that's one way of using glitter, you guys. I've told you guys you can use glitter multiple different ways. Arts and crafts with the kids or yourself, or especially for Christmas now. you can really get creative with a lot of things when it comes to glitter. So, which today seems like I will be using them on my eyes. This palette, you guys can get 10% off, I believe, if you find a code. I believe Angelica Nikvis has one. There's quite a few people that have a code, so you guys can get something off. There is, it is available at Ulta, and I'm just gonna buff this out, and at Juvia's place. So if you want to use your Ulta points, you can go ahead and do that, which I'm sure some of you guys are gonna do that. I like this palette. There are hits and misses, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the mattes that I found that are in the orange row were a little bit drier and harder to pick up on my brush. Unlike this, as you guys can see, picked up really, really nicely. Now, I will tell you guys, you get powder kick up as always, and I like the fact that you get rows, or columns, I would say. These columns right here can be a whole entire look, as you guys can see. So they kind of did the same concept, as the Wahala first palette where you had columns. The only difference is this is 20 palettes, this is 20 shadows, and this one is 30. So you're getting a little bit more, and you're also having to kind of stick to a majority of a color story because it's not like this one. This one's more, I think, versatile, and a lot of people like this one because you're getting different rows of different colors, basically like the rainbow. And this one is more concentrating on a color specifically, like the blues and greens. You are getting oranges and pinks, but they're not the ones that are the star of the show of this palette. You're gonna, you know, if you like these colors, you're gonna like this palette. So that's just the bottom line of it. I think that it was a nice surprise to see those duochrome shadows. I thought that was really nice of her to do, or them to do. So I'm gonna go in with Venom, which is this shade right over here. I'm gonna only do one eye with this color because I want to do the other eye with the purple. We're gonna do two different eyes today, you guys. Why not? Like I said, where am I going? So I'm just gonna put this on my lid. This is fun. Now, speaking of this specific color, I did find that a few shades were a little bit redundant and could have had a little bit more of a variety. For instance, I feel like these three shades right here, swatched out, look very, very similar. These three are very, very similar. The same thing goes with Venom and Hater. I feel like there's a very slight difference between both of these. This one is kind of like a multi-chrome, like it has a little bit of a duochrome shift to it. So Money is different. This is like a blue-green. It's really fun. I wish I would have gotten that one. But I feel like Venom and Hater, it's a very slight difference between both of these. So I didn't feel like those needed to be in here. So those are the only like sets that I felt like you could have done with one and not having to have multiple shades of it. And maybe had a little bit more of that fun multi-chrome kind of stuff going on. But I guess some people like that variety. I could have done without it. It's the only thing, as you guys can see. There it is. Let me just buff out the edges a little bit. On the other side, I'm going to use the Purple Rage, which is that shifting one, which is really pretty. I'll show you guys swatches of all of the shades. First, I'm going to show you swatches of just the actual eyeshadows that are not glitter, and then I'll show you the 4 glitters. There are 4 glitters in here. Out of 30 shadows, you're getting 4. So if you consider that if you're not going to use any of the glitters, you're getting 26 shadows for $38. Plus you get a discount. And you know during Black Friday there's going to be some sort of sale going on, or a bundle set or something, because I'm sure they're going to bundle this up with the first Wahala palette. So there is Rage, you guys. And the one that has the most shifting is Fame. Fame is that shifting shadow, and a lot of people have told me, because I haven't seen any reviews, but a lot of people have told me that it is a lot better than the Pat McGrath one. I will give it to Juvia's place. That Fame shade is so soft and creamy. Very, very nice quality compared to what we've seen with them as far as their shimmers, because some of their shimmers can be dry or can be a little bit thick, and that one's like perfect. They did a very, very good job on that one. I'm just trying to add a little bit more of that Lust color, the very first shade that we put on here, because I want to have this blown out but not go crazy. So now the only 2 that we have left are the glitter. So obviously should I do the silver here and the purple here just to make it a little bit different? Let's do that. Now with the glitters, I will tell you, you don't need a glitter glue, and not all of them are made the same. The two that I got are the creamiest and the chunkiest ones. This one and this one are the other two, and they're not as creamy and as emollient, a little bit drier. Like that one is the one that's the most finely milled glitter out of all four of them. The chunkiest one I would say is this one, followed by this purple one, and then this one right here. But this is very, very finely milled, and you could see that on my nails. When I put it on my nails, like you could really see it on my nails when I did that. So I'm just gonna use my finger. I'm not gonna use any glitter glue because there is already like a tackiness to them. Okay, so here you see I barely put my finger in there, and I'm gonna go in this side right over here. Let me grab a mirror because I don't want to mess this up. I'm just gonna tap it on, and as you guys can see, it's just adhering. So there's the glitter on that side. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the purple, which is Colo, on the turquoise side. See how thick that purple one is? Like I told you, this is the chunkiest one out of both of them. This one's more opaque in color, this one's more opaque in color, and so is this one here. You're getting more colors. You guys can clearly see. I am gonna have to blend that out somehow. Now I've already used all 5 of the shades, but I want to use something in the inner corner, which is fun, which is one of these duochromies, which is Fame. Fame looks white, but when you swatch it, it has that greenish gold duochrome to it that a lot of people seem to enjoy. I've have it over and over and over in different singles, so it's nothing new, but it's in here, so it's nice and it pairs nicely with the whole entire palette. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in the inner corner. And it's sheer, so you do have to build that one up or have a base with it, because it is a sheer shade, as you guys can see in the inner corner. It's not very white based, it's a sheer kind of shimmery shade. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in with a little bit of Lust and Rage, so both of the Lust and Rage right over here on my lower lash line. Right over here. That gave it like more of a blue tinge. So here we are with all 5 of these shadows used. You guys know that I'm indifferent when it comes to the glitter. It's okay. I like the fact that it is tacky because it works well on my nails, and I love to use it on my nails. But on the eyes, depending on how chunky the glitter is and how emollient the glitter can be, it can be a little bit tricky. As you guys can see here, like this is just like where you stick it is where you go. But then this one, it's more of a sparse kind of glitter. So I was able to like use it as a topper instead of it completely covering over that Venom shade that I used under here. So it's not my favorite look. Don't judge me by this, you guys. That's the whole point of this whole entire thing. But I did end up using it and I just wanted to show you 2 different looks. So let me just put on my lashes, mascara, everything that I'm going to do. So that way it kind of looks kind of put together. Okay. Let me just let me redeem myself a little bit. You guys, I don't even know if lashes save this look or not, but we're going to roll with it. I think I just feel like I look awkward because I have 2 different eye looks going on, and that's probably why. So let me just go through this really quick. So as you guys know, I've mentioned already twice, this is $38, 30 shadows for our glitter, and the rest are either some sort of shimmer metallic matte. And then on their website, they're only calling 2 shadows to be duochromes. There are a few in here that have different undertones to them, like Money would be one. Fame, obviously you guys know Fame is the infamous one that everyone's been talking about. Money's another one. This one has Reflex to it. Amoeba is another fun one that has a different shift to it when you put it on your eyes. So it's not, It was a good surprise when I heard that there was multi-chromes in here. This is the biggest palette so far that they have come out with at this point. Their biggest one was this one, the Wahala 1. This was the one that had the most, which was 20 shadows. This one did not have any multi-chromes dimension. Oh, you know what? No, I lied. There was only one, which is Power right here. Power is the one that looks like blue-green. You see how it shifts right here? And then you have Fame, which is that purpley shifting. So you're getting two cool ones, and they both are exactly the same formula that is so nice and soft. So Wahala 1 has this one, Wahala 2 has that one. Those are the ones that are the star of the shows of both of the palettes. I think they're both beautiful. The only difference is I feel like this one specifically, you're getting more shadows, one. It's a little bit more expensive, two. And you're gonna have to like this blue-green, because if you take the blue-green away, you get orange and pinks over here, but it's only 2 rows worth. The majority of it is blue-green. So you're gonna have to like that color story, or you're not gonna like this palette. It is a really good palette. It's pretty. There are misses in the mattes. I will completely agree. The glitters, I don't know. It's like, it's okay. You know how I feel about the glitters. It is what it is. I will probably use them on my nails like I have been using them. I like the silver one. I thought was really pretty. The purple one is a little bit harder to work with, and the orange one was a little bit drying as well for my nails. I don't know how it is on my eyes, but on my nails it was a little bit harder. I do like that I can have those surprises in here. I really like this one right here. That was a nice surprise when I saw this one. As far as which one are you considering, if you're considering one or the other, if you're on the fence between which one, I think that the first one is definitely more versatile, a lot more user friendly as far as the color stories go. You're getting a lot more variety as far as color shades and rows. Or columns, I should say. So if I were to choose either one of these two, I would probably recommend this one over this one, because the color story is a lot easier to work with. I feel like a lot more people would get use out of it even if you didn't like color. You're getting more color that is user friendly. I don't know how to, acceptable, I guess, than this one. This one is true blues and greens with those 2 rows of oranges and pinks. So I don't think it's the best, but I do like it. It was a fun surprise. I was shocked when I was playing around with this palette because I didn't expect to see those kind of shift. It's fun. I like the fact that Juvia's Place has emerged, like they are constantly evolving. They started out with really beautiful shimmer shadows, very metallic-y foiled, and now they've gotten to a point where they're doing their multi-chromes and duochromes. I will do one recommendation. If you're only interested in these shifting shades, don't buy the palette. You guys, you can get them a lot cheaper as singles. Divina Cosmetics has some that I love. There's also Looksy Beauty. There is also Sydney Grace that has some. Who else? I'm trying to think. JD Glow has some. So you guys, you don't buy this palette just for that shadow. Don't do it, because it's going to come out a lot cheaper if you just go ahead and buy the single from a different indie brand than to get this whole entire palette, knowing that you're not going to like the color scheme. You're going to like that one shadow, 1 or 2 shadows. That's my overview of it. I like it. I had fun. I'm not wowed by it. I'm not like blown away, and I feel like I'm probably that's not coming across. I like it. It's just, I know that when I reach for this palette, I'm gonna have to use blues and greens. Like I have to be in that mood for blues and greens. And there's nothing wrong with it. You guys know I do, but for me, I like variety, and this gives me enough variety, but I still want more. Like this row right here is more like blue purple, but it's still blues. It's still like your blues. You guys probably think I hate it. I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I do like it. I just wish there was more multi-chromes. I think that's what it is. It's just like I wish there was more of that multi-dimensional shades in here, not just 2. I was hoping for a lot more. Out of 30, you couldn't give me at least 10. Come on, that would have been fun to have. But that's kind of like my gist over it. You see the pros and cons here. You see what I'm trying to explain to you guys between both of these palettes. I think they're both really good. If I were to pick one myself, if I saw somebody review both of these, I'd probably go with this one, just because this one, again, I have more variety to play around with, and this one, you got to be in the mood for blues and greens. So basically, that's the end of it. I know a lot of people have mentioned to me that other YouTubers have stated that they really like it. I do like it too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's crap. I'm not saying don't buy it. You just have to be that specific person to want it, and just don't buy it expecting to get purple looks out of it or expecting to get pinks all the time or oranges all the time. You're gonna have to stick to that one color story, and I think that's what's probably going to be limiting for me and limiting my reasoning to reach for it, because I not all the time want to wear blues and greens. I hope you guys like this palette bingo, you guys. Seriously, stupid palette bingos always give me the glitter. No joke. The next time I do one of these and the palette has glitter, I can guarantee you guys, you could put money on it that I'll probably end up being that person that gets the glitters every time. It never fails. So let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are on this palette. Did you buy it? Are you buying it? I know a few of you guys are saying that you're purchasing it because you've seen other people review it and you really are interested in it. Go for it. If you think you're going to use it, go for it. If you're only buying it for the multi-chromes, I would say save your money and just buy a single. That's just my honest opinion. I'm letting you guys know. And out of all palettes so far with glitter in it, I think that's my least favorite when it comes to the glitters. Because one, the glitter colors aren't really my thing. And they're not all made the same. They're all made differently. So it's like, you got to keep tweaking yourself to play around with the glitters, because not all of them are created equal in that palette. So anyway, that is it. I'll link it down in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching and laughing at my expense. That's okay with me. I'm gonna go wash off the glitter all over my face before it gets everywhere else. I even laid out a blanket on my carpet so I wouldn't get it on the carpet. I'll put my videos right over here for your enjoyment. Until then, bye guys.